Hello, Britlit 2322. I hope you are doing well. This is Dr. Kramer with a few notes about your upcoming essay project. This is a research literary analysis, and I'm asking for you to turn in several preliminary assignments before you turn in the final paper on July 8th. First off, I'd like to say that I am about halfway through grading the Inside Out projects, and I'm having a lot of fun reading them. You guys have done some really, really good close reading work. Um, I've left you comments, or I will leave you comments in the rubric, and then also a few comments on the actual electronic draft. So check those out. If you're not sure how to access those, send me an email and I will kind of give you some guidance. One thing to pay attention to is my comments on your thesis. Some of you are doing some really nice argumentative work there in the thesis paragraph. Some of you just needed to tweak a sentence a little bit to make it fully argumentative. And some of you were kind of still in descriptive mode instead of going into an argument mode. So that's just something to pay attention to, because if you had a little trouble there, it didn't hurt you that much, but you'll want to make sure that you kind of have an understanding of what a thesis should look like for this kind of paper before you go forward with your next project. Okay. What's due on Friday evening at 11:59 is your thesis and outline. And I have put an example up there on the assignment page so you can look. Now, just a little caveat, I always use Romeo and Juliet as an example for two reasons. One, I'm pretty sure that most of you have read it before, even if it was in ninth grade. Second, it's something that I'm really familiar with, so it's easy for me to just, pop out an outline at short notice or whatever I'm happen to be doing. So that's just why I'm doing Romeo and Juliet all the time, in case you were wondering. Okay, in terms of you guys, it's important that you think about a few things when you're selecting your topic. You don't want to go too broad. You're not writing a dissertation, but you may have trouble kind of figuring out what the appropriate range of a topic is. And that's another reason that we're having this thesis and outline, very low stakes, 25-point assignment here, so that I can give you some feedback. Some places to look in terms of inspiration for topics. As you've been reading the readings this course so far, has there been kind of a question or a topic that's troubled you in some way or that you just can't figure out? This is an excellent place to go for a topic. You don't have to have all the answers figured out. And it's okay if it's kind of an ambivalent topic that has different sides to it. That makes it almost easier for you to pick a side and argue your point. You don't have to stick with stuff that we have assigned for class reading, but it does need to come from the Norton Anthology, any of the 3 volumes. So medieval, the 16th and early 17th century, or the 17th and 18th century in the 3rd volume. There's a lot of stuff in there. So whether you're interested in history or religion or politics or poetry or short stories, there's all kinds of things, something for everyone. Again, reach out if you're having trouble thinking of a topic. You will need to have 5 scholarly sources in addition to the primary source. The primary source would be the work that you're drawing your topic from. The sources that you look for will depend on your approach. Now, there are Collin resources available to all of you since you are all enrolled in Collin right now. Those of you who are taking this course as a summer course, just to kind of relieve some pressure of schedules on your, kind of normal school year university. I don't know if you have access to those resources or not this summer, and you may or may not be very familiar with them. So again, reach out if you're having trouble. So back to what kind of sources do you use? If you're looking at a historical issue, like in my example, I'm looking at marriage problems in Romeo and Juliet that Shakespeare is highlighting. So a lot of my sources would be historical sources. I'd go and look at some actual history. And I might look at some literary criticism as well. So if you're going to do a history-based thing, think about looking at those history sources. If you're looking at something like feminism or gender studies or how race is depicted, etc., you might be looking at some different kinds of sources. Again, reach out if you need help. The best databases on the Collin College side, I think, for this kind of project are probably going to be either JSTOR, that's just JSTOR, Project Muse, or there's like a literary kind of academic huge compiler or database thing as well. So again, reach out if you're having trouble. Good luck. I will be giving you comments on your thesis and topics, so look for those. I'll be working on those on Saturday. You guys have a great end of your week.